welcome to the day 5 of the pizza application build. So in this video, we will be implementing the main part, that is the add to cart functionality and the remove from cart functionality. So in the previous videos, we went ahead and built up the home screen, the navigation part, and also the design part, that is different pizzas being rendered on the screen with the help of the flat list. So in this video, we will be implementing the main functionality as I already told, that is add to cart and remove from cart. So this cart system is going to be a complete different cart system that we designed in the previous application, that is the Zomato application. So here in this application, in this video, if I press on the add to cart button, we should show this design, that is the quantity of 1, and then we also should show the minus button and the plus button to increase the quantity or to decrease the quantity. So that's what we'll be implementing in today's video. So let's get started. So if you remember, in the previous video we were trying to make the console.log like proper, that is to get only one time. Actually, I was making a mistake. We were doing it in pizza.js, that is this screen, and we were trying to see the output in pizza screen, that is this screen, which we didn't get. So we actually console.log in the home screen. So let's remove that. Let's remove this thing. This is not needed. Let's save the file, and now let's go back to our pizza screen, and then we already have the console.log. Okay, and let's go to our pizza screen also. So this is the pizza.js, this is the pizza screen. So let's copy the same thing. Okay, and it is going to work. So let's try that out. Yeah, so now if I can't find cart items, so save, let's go import that from context. Yeah, so save the file. So now if I go to this image or this one, it's going to work. The console.log is going to come only one time. So if I try add to cart, that is in my pizza component, in the last video we just implemented this logic, that is cart and item. So let's add the item. Yeah, so you can see cart items is being added. So the same thing goes for that screen as well. Yeah, so in the previous video we just implemented this basic functionality, that is we just added whatever is there inside our cart and then the item that we clicked on. So in this video we will be implementing the different design part. So let's get started first. So initially we will make use of the use state. Okay, so if I click on the add to cart button, we can show another design. So this will be done with the help of conditional rendering. So let's do that. So const selected comma set selected equals to use state of false. So let's give the initial value to be false, and then we will conditional render right beneath this view. So let us do that. So let's write the condition. If it is selected, that is if we have pressed on the add to cart button, we will show something, else we are going to show something else. Okay, so if it is selected, we are going to show this design. I have the design. I'll explain what is happening over here. So copy that, and then let me paste it here. Yeah, so if it is not selected, we will be simply showing the add to cart button itself. So copy that, and in the else condition we will put it here. Okay, so let me save the file, and let me explain what is happening in the first in the first design. So let's first format it. Yeah, so if the user selects the button, that is the add to cart button, if he presses on that, we will be rendering this design as I previously told, that is the quantity along with the minus sign and the plus sign. So this has auto pressable with this style, that is a basic background color, and then padding, a bit of margin left, a border radius, and these two styles. And this pressable has like three children components. One is for the minus button. Okay, so this is also included in a pressable, and it has this basic styling for the text, and we have the on press event, that is remove from cart. Okay, so the next pressable is for the quantity. So this contains the add item, so we will just initialize this in just in a minute. So the next pressable is about the plus button. So this has an on press event called as add to cart, and it has a text with basic styling. So this is about the first design. So if the user selects on the add to cart, we will show this design. If he doesn't select, it is going to be add to cart itself. So let's go now define the functions, that is add to cart and remove from cart. Okay, that is present on the minus button over here. Yeah, so let's go define it above over here. So let's do that. So const add to cart equals to, yeah, so this is for add to cart, and const remove from cart. Okay, So now let us first initialize the quantity that I just told, that is this thing, that is add items, so that when the user clicks on the add to cart button, we can display the quantity. So this also will be initialized with the help of use state. So add items comma set add items is equals to use state, and here let's provide a initial value of 0 because there is no because there is 0 items present at the initial stage. So save the file. So now, so as I told, this card system is going to be different, so let's start designing it, implementing it. So first thing what we do is, if the user presses on the add to cart button, we should show the first design that I just explained now. So to do that, we will write set selected to be true. So initially selected as false, that's why we are showing the add to cart button. So if the user clicks on add to cart, so the first thing we do is we will set selected to be true, so that we can show the this design, that is this one. Yeah, so after that we will first check if any item is present in the cart. Okay, so const item present equals to cart dot find. We'll make use of the find function. Yeah, so item dot id equals to our pizza dot id. So this pizza is coming from our props that we just got it. Okay, so yeah, if the item is present, we are going to do something else, we are going to do something else. Okay, so of course the first condition is going to be false always, because there is 0 items present in the cart. So we are going to fall into the else condition no matter what. So let's write the else condition first. So over here we are going to set our cart. So we are just keeping whatever is there inside our cart, and then we are setting the quantity to be 1. Okay, so we also need to set the size, so that that part will be done at the later end of the video. So firstly we will set the quantity. Okay, so this is the else condition logic. Okay, so since the first condition false, it goes into the fails, it goes into the second condition, that is else condition. So if the item is present, we will do this thing, that is set cart. So we are going to map through the cart. Okay, so cart dot map. So for every item in the cart, we are going to check if the id equals to our pizza dot id. If this is the case, we will do something else. We are going to just keep that item itself. Okay, so over here, if the item is already present, we are just going to keep that item present, and we are just going to update our quantity. Okay, so quantity is going to be item present. We are going to access the quantity, and we are going to increment it by 1. So let me format the document. Yeah, so this is the logic for add to cart. Okay, so let me explain it again. So initially, if the user presses on add to cart button, first we are setting selected to be true. Okay, so that we can display the first design. So next is we are just checking the if any item is already present in the cart. So at the initial stage, when the user adds item, there will be no item present in the cart, so it is going to fall into the else condition. So over here we are setting that whatever is there inside our cart, and then we are just setting the quantity to be 1. All right, and then what we do is again, if the user presses on the plus button, then this condition is going to be true, because the item is already present, because we are checking the item.id equals the pizza.id. So if it is present, we are simply going to increase the quantity by 1. So this is pretty much about the add to cart functionality. So let's now check out the remove from cart functionality. All right, so remove from cart is pretty simple. Okay, it is similar to add to cart. So just imagine if the quantity is 1 and the user presses on the minus button, so we should show the add to cart. Okay, so that will be the first condition. So if our add items equals to 1, we will set selected to false, so the false, such that it gives us the add to cart design itself. And the second thing we do is we just set cart to be cart dot filter. Yeah, so we'll just filter out based on that ID. Since the quantity is 1, it doesn't matter. It is going to give us the second design, that is the add to cart design. Okay, so if this is not the case, that means if the quantity is 2, 3 or 4 like that, and if the user presses the minus button, we are just simply going to decrease the quantity by 1. Okay, so else, so we'll just copy pretty much whatever we have written here, and then instead of increasing the quantity, we are going instead of increasing the quantity, yeah, we are going to decrease the quantity by 1. Yeah, so that's it for this thing. So let's save the file. Yeah, so now let us give it a try. Okay, so yeah, so let me start, let me click on add to cart. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, so nothing happened. Don't know why that happened. Okay, the items are being added but nothing is showing. Okay, if selected, we are going to show this design, else this one. Okay, but why it is not working? Let's check that out. Okay, so let's refresh the app, and then let's try it again. I think I should have tried in this thing. Okay, so let's do that. Nope, the same thing it is giving. It is okay, so the design is not being changed. Let's see why is that happening. So over here we have given the condition. If it is selected and initially it is false. Okay, so the first thing we do is set selected to be true. Okay, so we will display this design, but it is not showing us that one, right? Okay, why is that happening? Right. Let's again start the application and check it out. All right, so wait. So here we are. Okay, this is the pizza thing. This is the pizza screen. This is the pizza dish. Okay. This is the pizza component, but to be true. But the design should change. Okay, let's see if the spelling is wrong for the function. Add to cart. Okay, okay, okay. I know why it is not working. Okay, we have not changed this condition at all. So initially it is add to cart, right? So over here add to cart comes into the picture. So save. Yeah, now it has to work for sure. So let's go back and come in again, and now it should work. It should change the design. So let's check that out. Yeah, it is changing, but it is looking a bit too big. All right, so let's go change that. So let us see what is happening. Okay, so let's give a bit of less padding, that is over here. Let us give 3 or 2. Yeah, I think 3 looks good. I think 2 looks good. Okay, yeah, but if I click on the button, that is, it should give me the quantity of 1, but it is giving 0. That is because okay, because we have not given any condition in our add to cart. Okay, so we will write a condition here. If our add items equals to 0, we will set our add items to be add items, no, let us just set it to be 1. Okay, so let us try it again. I think this time it should work. Okay, so let us try it one more time. Okay, come on. So now if I click on the first button, it should give the quantity of 1. Yes, it's giving the quantity of 1. So now if I again click the button, it's not going to increase because we are not setting the add items. So we are going to set it right after the else condition. Okay, here, so set add items of add items plus 1. So the same thing goes over here. Yeah, but as you can see in our remove from cart, the item present is not defined. So let's just copy the same piece of code here as well. Yeah, I think now it should be defined. Yeah, so after the else condition also we will write the condition to decrease the quantity, but here we will write mat.max because the quantity should not go below 0. So mat.max of 0 comma add items minus 1. Save the file. Yeah, so now let us also first display the toast message, as you saw in the demo video, that if I press on the plus button, you can see the toast message coming, and if I press on the minus button also, we can see that toast message. So let's go first install the toast with this dependency. So let's copy that and then open this terminal. So yeah, yarn add. All right, we also need to install a second dependency as well, that is the siblings, React Native root siblings. So let's do that, yarn add. Yeah, okay, so now let us initialize the toast message, okay, just after the else condition here. So let toast equals to toast dot show. So let's go copy that code which is given in here. Yeah, toast dot show, this is a message, and then okay, yeah, over here we will write add it to cart, and we will also pass these two attributes, that is the duration and the position. Let's pass that here, and let's also import the toast from the right dependency, that is React Native root toast. Yeah, so the next thing we do is we will also write a set timeout function to hide the toast like after a particular amount of time. So let's copy that. Yeah, so just after the here we will paste that, and we will pass like 2500 milliseconds, which is going to be 2.5 seconds. All right, so that is about add to cart functionality. So let's copy the same piece of code and let us paste it after the else condition for remove from cart, and instead of added to cart we are going to write remove from cart. I think the spelling is not right. Yeah, it has to be added. Okay, so save the file now. Okay, so now let me explain everything from the start by doing a dry run, so that it will be very useful. So let's start up the application again. So come on, let us start it. Okay, so now let me go to the first screen. All right, so if the user initially comes to the screen and clicks on this button, so initially selected as false, we know that, so it is going to display add to cart, and we have a on press event, that is add to cart. So the first time this function runs, we are going to set selected to be true, so that the design changes to this design, that is this one. Okay, and then we are going to check this condition, if add items equals to 0. Yes, this is going to be true because the initial state is 0. So we are setting add items to be 1, so the quantity increases to 1. Okay, so over here, that is over here, the quantity is changed to be 1. Okay, so that will be seen now. So yeah, let's try that now. Yeah, so as you can see, the quantity is changed to 1, and we can even see the toast message that just appeared here. So again, now when the user clicks on the plus button, again this function is triggered, and we are going to set selected to true, so the design is going to remain the same, and this condition is going to be false because it's not equal to 0. So now this statement, that is const item present, so this is going to be true because of this thing, because the item.id equals to the pizza.id that we just pressed on. So if the item is present, we are simply going to increase the quantity by 1. Okay, so let's try that out now. Let's go over here, and I hope we are console logging our cart, right? So let's go to the pizza. Okay, I think that should be in the pizza screen. Yeah, that also we are doing, sure. So let's go back to pizza component and let's add that item. Okay, something else is happening. You're not getting the item. Okay, let's see what is happening. Let's see what is the exact console log we are doing. So inside our pizza, yeah, we are console logging our cart. Inside our component, we are just defining the functions. Okay, and then I don't know why is it giving me quantity. Okay. I know why that happened. So let's go to our pizza component where we defined. Okay, so over here, yeah, that is as I explained. In the initial condition, when the user when the user clicks on the add to cart button, that is it'll go into the else condition. Over here, we are simply adding the cart, but we are not adding the item that we just pressed on. We are just simply upgrading the quantity, so that should not be the case. So we are simply adding the item that we just pressed on, and also we are giving the quantity to be 1. So now it's going to work. So let us refresh the app again, and now let's try it. Now it's going to work because the item was not there. It was just showing the quantity, that is 1. Okay, so now let us try it. Yeah, so the initial time, at the initial stage, as I explained, it's going to give the initial item. It's going into the else condition and then just pushing that item into the cart. So like this. Yeah, and it is setting the quantity to be 1. So when the user presses on the plus button again, it is going into this condition because the item is present. Because of this condition check, the item.id equals to the pizza.id. So here we are simply increasing the quantity by 1. So let's try that. Yeah, so the quantity is increased over here. It's giving 2, as well as you can see the toast message that is appearing. So now let us do the try run for the minus condition. So if the user presses on the minus button, so first is that this condition is true because the item is already present, and it also checks this condition: if items equals to 1, if add items equals to 1, it's not equal, so currently it's 2. So it goes into the else condition, and we simply decrement the quantity by 1. So let's try that too. Yeah, so as you can see, we can see the toast message. Also, the quantity is decreased by 1. And now if again the user presses on the button, that is the minus button, it again comes to this function is triggered, that is removed from cart. It checks this condition, it is true because of the ID check. And then this condition also becomes true. It goes into the if condition, and we are and we are doing set selected to false, so that it shows the add to cart design, and then we are simply filtering out based on the ID. Okay, so let's try that. Yeah, so it's again giving add to cart. So that's what we wanted to implement. So now we will uh okay, so we also need to make a way out to calculate the not calculate to get the size that we just selected. Okay, so if it is regular, medium or large, so let's go to our model drop down over here, and we will write this piece of code, that is on select of a value, we are going to set size, that is string of options of e that we just selected. So let's initialize that first. Okay, so const size comma set size equals to use state. So as I told in the demo video, this is going to be a default state, that is going to be medium. Yeah, so over here, how to get the size if we add to the cart. So just as we added the pizza item, that is in our add to cart, we will also add the size. Okay, yeah, over here. So after the quantity, the size is going to be the size that we just selected. Okay, so save the file. So now let us add the item to our cart. Yeah, so as you can see that the default size is medium since I've not selected any size. So for this, let me select a large item and then large size and then add to cart, and let's increase the quantity. Yeah, so the quantity is 3 and the size is large, so there you go, it's working absolutely fine. And let's remove it all as well. Okay, yeah, so now let us render that button over here which comes which says go to cart. So let's to do that, let's calculate the total price first. So in our pizza screen over here, let us do that. Okay, so I think it's not in a pizza.js, it should be in pizza screen. So okay, so const total equals to a cart.map. For every item we will convert it into a number, and item dot price we will multiply it with the quantity. Okay, and then we will reduce it. Yeah, pretty much it's giving me the code, and we'll also give the initial value. Okay, so let's make it current and previous, or previous and current. Yeah, we will write previous plus current, and the initial value is going to be 0. And let us format the document, and let us console.log our total price. Okay, so total price, save. Yeah, as you can see, the initial price is 0 because there are no items in the cart. So let's add some items to our cart. Yeah, so the total price is 30. So as you can see, I have not rendered the price because I felt there is no good place to render, but it is being seen in the next screen, the cart screen. So for the first item, the price is 130 rupees. If you want, I can show you that. Yeah, so it's 130. So if I press again, it's going to be 260, as you can see. So now let's add another item from this thing. Let's select the size as well to be regular, and add to the cart. And for that, the price is going to be 170. So 260 plus 170 is going to be 430. So it's showing correctly. So over here inside our pizza screen, let us do conditional rendering again. So if the total is equals to 0, we will render null, else we will render the total button. Okay, so if our total equals to 0, we will render something, else we will render a pressable. Come on. Whoops, what is happening? Here we will render null because the total is 0. So here we are going to render a text. It says go to cart. Okay, can't find pressable. Save. Yeah, so let's add some items to our cart. Select the size, regular. Yeah, so now here let us do that. Yeah, so as you can see, we can see that coming like towards the bottom, that it's present, go to cart is present. So let's align it a bit towards the top. So background color, green, greep, not greep, green. Then adding of 10 or 8, 10. Okay, so position of absolute. Okay, and then bottom of 100, and then left of 150. Let's format it, and then let's check it out. How is it looking? All right, it's pretty clean at the center. So now for the text, let's give a text line of center. I think it's already in the center. So font weight of bold, and then font size of again 16. Okay, save it. Yeah, and color of white. All right, a bit of border radius. Save it. Okay, I don't see the border radius being applied. I don't know why that is not working. I think it should be given to the pressable and not to the text, right? Save. Yes, okay. I think we're pretty much done with the design part. Okay. So now if I remove all the items, it should not give me that go to cart button. So let's check that out too. I think it didn't work properly, right? Let's give it another try. Okay, no, it is not working. We are still able to see the item. Okay, okay, let's do one thing. Let us first run the application from the start, and then let's check it out if it is working or not. So yes, yeah. So now initially it's not present. So if I press on the add to cart button, yeah, you can see that. So now if I remove the item from the cart, let's check that out. Nope, it is still showing. Okay, so let us see why that is happening. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, but still this is showing that it still contains the cart. Why is that happening? Okay. In a pizza component, okay, in a pizza screen we just console out logging our cart. All right, let's give it another try. Okay, yeah, so the first item is added, so we get the data. Okay, so okay, now if I remove it, we are still able to see that cart button. Why is that? Oh god. So let's try it out in our other screen and check if it is working. Okay, so let's do that now. So this is the pizza screen. Okay, yeah, over here. Okay, it's not showing the button here because we have to just copy the same thing here as well. So const total equals to same piece of code in our pizza.js. So let's copy that, and yeah, we will render the same piece of design here as well just after the flat list. Okay, can't find variable cart, so let's initialize it with the context hook. Use context hook. I use context is already imported, card items already imported. Okay, come on. Excuse me, come on. Okay, pressable is not initialized. Yeah, so I can, as you can see, we are getting the toast message as well as the go to cart button. And if I remove it, okay, it simply staying there. If total equals to 0. But how is the price being 100 over here, right? How is the price 100? If there is no items, how can it be 100? This still showing 100. How is that possible? So let us reload our app. And again, right. Okay, for the first one again, constant equals to car.map. We are multiplying the item dot price with the quantity, and then we are simply adding it with the reduce function. All right, so okay, 130. If I remove it, the price is again going to be 130. So I think there is mistake in our remove from cart functionality, maybe. Okay, set card of card.filter. Nope. It is not going to work. We will make it work. So save. Okay, we are logging. So logging the cart. If total equals to null, it is null, but we are still able to see that button. One more try, come on. Now this screen. Yeah, so the quantities increased, everything is working, we're getting the total price, but when I decrease the quantity, yeah, okay, I think there is mistake in this where we have written the functionality. Maybe first we're checking that, and then again we are checking. Okay, I think that doesn't do any good if I keep it over here. Okay, set card of. I can't do that. So card.filter for every x, that is every item. Okay, is not equal to the pizza ID, right? No. Yeah, but the array is null. Items added. Think that is not required. Let's give it one more try. Okay, so let's add the item to the cart. Yeah, so we can see the price being added. So the addition functionality is working properly. Yeah, but now if I remove the item, this is not triggering off, right? Yes, thank God it's working. Okay, that was a mistake. I just had written equal to, so it's going to check that equals to condition and nothing is going to happen. That item is going to be present itself. We had to write not equal to. Okay. Yes, we have solved that error. Fine. So let us try for this screen as well. Yeah, so the item is being added, quantity is being increased. We're able to select the size too, add to cart. Okay, and now over here we will start removing the items from the cart and then check. Okay, so 3 2. Yeah, so now if I again press the minus button, the button should disappear. Yes. Okay, it's absolutely working fine. So I think we are pretty much clear with the add to cart functionality and the remove from cart functionality. There were some errors, I think we went through them. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. In the next video, we will again use the navigation, and then we will move to the next screen, and then we will show all the details of the cart items that we just added into the cart. Okay, so thank you for watching, and then let's meet you in the next.